First of all, I want to take this opportunity to welcome everyone who is on any of our platforms, that is on the WhatsApp platform Kambel Masterclass, on the Facebook platform Kambel Masterclass, and other links that we have. You are all welcome to Kambel Masterclass. And this course is effective classroom management. And this course is actually for teachers. It's for teachers, and I know there are other people who are also on the platform. There are school managers who are on the platform. So I welcome all of you from your various locations. My name is Moses Katamani. As you might have seen there on the card I posted on our platforms, Moses Katamani is a Ghanaian. I have been in teaching for 24 years now. I taught in Ghana through the levels, primary, GSS, secondary school. I also had an opportunity to teach in a professional institution. Then I had the opportunity, I would say, to move to Nigeria and manage a school. And I managed that school in Niger State for almost 4 years. And I'm back to Lagos. So if you are listening to me at this moment, remember you are listening to me from Lagos. Lagos, Nigeria. So somebody will say, hey, then you are a Lagosian now. Yes, I'm a Lagosian. I'm African man and I'm in Lagos. So once again, I want to say you are all welcome to this platform. And so what is our topic? Our topic is effective classroom management. Effective classroom management. As you are all aware, as all of you know, a teacher's work is majorly in the classroom. And if you are going to be called a successful teacher, then you should be able to manage your classroom setting and be able to manage your pupils and students. If I say pupils and students, yes, we know the classifications already. You should be able to manage your pupils and students for effective learning, teaching and learning to take place. Without doubt that you may be having challenges, and most of the time you may not be able to achieve your objectives or goals for the day or the period allocated for that particular subject. But if you are organized, you strategize, you'll be able to achieve your goals for the day. And that is why it's very important for us to have this interaction. And so let me go to my introduction. My introduction is in the form of an abstract. And I'm going to read out the abstract, then we will continue. My abstract. With the numerous challenges in the teaching and learning process, teachers are obligated to possess effective classroom management strategies, in addition to knowledge and skills, in order to create the best possible teaching and learning environment conducive for positive student behavior and academic success. We all must understand that in the classroom, the purpose of you being in the classroom is because of the pupils and students, and managing them to be able to achieve the goals of the class or of the period that you are handling is very, very important. However, in the 21st century, you all will agree with me that the problems of the 21st century, the challenges you face in the class are numerous than in the olden days. In the olden days, we use some what I will call unconventional means of controlling our classes. However, now we are in the time of what I will call legalities. Not only that, we have all come to understand as teachers that there are some ways that we manage students, pupils and students, which I call unconventional. It affects the morale and the psychology of the pupils and students. So it is not encouraging to be using those unconventional means. The unconventional means I'm looking at is one, using of cane. Sometimes some teachers will knock the head of the pupil or students. Those unconventional means affect the pupils and students. Therefore, there must be ways that we will have to adopt in order to achieve the goals of the teaching and learning in the classroom. Now, so as I said, I want us to take note that our course outline is going to look at one. So I did my introduction. Our course outline, we are going to look at the concept of classroom management. 2, we will look at why classroom management is important. 3, we will look at some problems in the teaching and learning process. Then we will continue and look at establishing rules of engagement. The 5th one is strategies for effective class management. Then the last one will be tips for dynamism. And tips for dynamism, I'm going to focus on collective responsibilities of stakeholders in the teaching and learning process. So that is our outline. I have done the introduction. Therefore, let's look at the concept of classroom management. The concept of classroom management. I want to look at the concept of classroom management from 4 dimensions. The first one is classroom management as set of activities through which the teacher seeks to promote the desired behavior in the teaching and learning process. Now, so classroom management is all about, 1, the activities that you adopt or you apply in order to achieve the desired goals, that is the objectives of your class. In that context, we will look at this, that we are focusing on the desired behavior. What is the desired behavior you need as a teacher in your class? That your pupils and students will pay attention. They will focus on whatever activity you are engaging in to come out with to achieve the objectives of your class, the desired behavior. So that in that context, your focus of activities is to get desired behavior of your pupils and students. The next one is a set of activities through which the teacher seeks to create and provide a classroom atmosphere. Every class must have an atmosphere that can help in the teaching and learning activities. In general terms, in this context, when we talk about atmosphere, we are talking about climate. Now, in the general school context, we say school climate. But in the classroom, there must be a form of climate, an atmosphere, which will help the pupils and students learn effectively. So the teacher, in the concept of classroom management, the second focus of my definition is to get the right atmosphere in order to have a good teaching and learning time. So that is the second one. So the first one focus on desired behavior. Second one, to get the atmosphere good enough for teaching and learning. And the third one is about as a wide variety of skills and techniques that teachers use to keep pupils and students organized. It is a variety of activities that are put in place. And in this context, my focus is on skills and techniques. You need to adopt some form of skills and techniques in order to achieve the goals of your class or the time on the timetable. And the last one is that what we are doing, the concept of classroom management, is seen as an act and a science of achieving the goals of teaching and learning. So those are the definitions. However, I want to emphasize on the last one, that is as teaching a classroom management as an act and a science. I will want to emphasize on that. From that context, I will say that classroom management, classroom management is an art and a science. In that context, technically, it is the administration of a class which depends on personality, the personality of the teacher who is teaching, in the classroom. In that context, I want to say that we all as teachers have our personal temperaments, personal skills, and that when we talk about that in the context of skills, that is soft skill. We have our soft skills and the demeanor behind whatever character you have. Your character and every other thing I would say affect the teaching and learning process in the classroom. Ladies and gentlemen, so in this context, I want to emphasize that when we are talking about classroom management, we are talking about one, how to get the children to have the right behavior in the teaching and learning process. In other words, in simple terms, for the children to be quiet and pay attention to the teacher, or when the teacher asks questions, the children will be able to answer the questions without distraction. That is what we are looking at as classroom management. In this context, I also brought to bear on the topic effective. To be effective in your classroom, all these four angles of classroom management I spoke about are very, very important for achieving your goal. Therefore, I want to conclude on classroom management as a concept that you, the teacher, is part of the classroom management. Your own demeanor, attitude towards your pupils and students contribute to the success of your classroom. Another thing that I want to talk about from the context of behavior is that the children also have their personal temperament and character, which are developed. Some of them start from from their homes. And as we are talking about nursery, primary, secondary school levels, all of them, they have their personal character, the character that they develop in their homes. And those are what we call personal character traits. They affect the class. Therefore, the teacher who is in the class teaching must also know that as you have your own temperament, your personal character traits, the pupils also have their character traits. And that, finally, before I move to the next topic, in classroom management, one thing that the concept talks about is about accommodating all the behaviors of the pupils and students in your class. Take note of that. Accommodating the behaviors of all the pupils and students in your class, and the strategies that you use to achieve that, to get their attention, to deliver, in other words, to facilitate the teaching and learning. If you are able to achieve that, then we say you have really managed your classroom properly. Therefore, that is what we refer to as classroom management. Now, with this, I want us to go on and look at our next topic, and